Hello, welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Rand, and today I'll be going over Capper Comparison Picks for UFC 275. But before I get into that, I want to go over last week's card just a little bit. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but you know, got to do some kind of a recap because I did pretty well, fairly well. So I'm just gonna breeze through these. These are not in the correct order because I went by the order that they first put out on Tapology, which is way different than the order that they finished with. But nonetheless, that's how I did the videos, and that's how I'm gonna explain everything. So the first fight on my order, not on the live, you know, UFC Fight Night 207 or Vegas 56, whatever you want to call it. This is my order. But the first fight on here that I had Benoit Saint Denis. He got a submission round 2. I did pick him to win by TKO. Mike Trizano, he went way later in the card, but the original list, he was second. And I had picked him to win. However, he did get knocked out in round 3 by Lucas Almeida. Good on you, Lucas Almeida. So that's 1-1. Erin Blanchfield, that was the curtain jerker. I had her winning by decision. She managed to get it done by submission round 2. Cold-blooded Erin Blanchfield. Gotta love Erin Blanchfield. Then we've got, I have Tony Gravely. I had picked him by decision, but he took care of business. TKO round 1 over Johnny Munoz Jr. Got that correct. Alonzo Menefield took care of that scam, that fraud. Asker Mazarov. He thought just because he had a neck tattoo, he was allowed to change his real record of, what is it, 19-12 is his real record. He tried to make it 25-7, hiding all, like, name changing and hiding all these. Anyway, whatever. Alonzo Menefield exposed him. TKO round 1. Boom, propped it, cashed it. And Joe Selecki won a majority decision, which, tell you the truth, I'm kind of glad I picked him, but I didn't think he won that. I thought maybe a draw or maybe Alex De Silva won. It was kind of, you got to remember, this took place Saturday during the day. If you guys watched my 5-hour live stream on Friday, you know I was kind of in rough shape on Saturday. So that was a full 3-leg parlay. I cashed all green there. Check that out. Yep, it's gonna happen again too. What I do is every video I do, I parlay it. I parlay my picks. That's a parlay, and I make round robins. I take a group of 5 fights, and then I did that. There was 14 fights, so I did a group of 5 fights, round robin, 3, like by 3. So different combinations of 3 with my 5 fights. I did that twice. 5 fights, 5 different fights. There's 4 fights left over. I did those as well. Because round robin, the different combinations, that means even if you get a fight wrong, you will still get paid. So moving on. Next, I had I picked for an upset. One of my only upsets on the card that I picked was Andreas Michailidis, but Renat Fakhretdinov was the better fighter there. He was more aggressive. They were both kind of gassed toward the end, and it did go to decision, so there's that. But Michailidis came up short, so I got that one wrong. Odie Osborne, I had him by TKO. I didn't call the round, but I did TKO, and he took care of Zaruk Adeshev. Round 1 TKO. Zaruk Adeshev, bye-bye. No longer UFC, I wouldn't imagine anyway. Cut him. Was he 4-4 now? Yeah. I don't even know why he was in the UFC. That was an easy bet, guys. That was a gimme. He was, yeah, Odie Osborne was definitely in my round robin. My round robins are made of my most confident picks. Jeff Molina. split decision, which even Jeff Molina thought he lost. And that's debatable. I don't know. Zako, Double Z, Zalgas, Zumagulov, however you want to say it. He had a good showing there, and Jeff Molina was disappointed in himself and had thought he lost that, but judges went his way. He got the split decision victory there, thankfully, because he was also one of my round robin confident picks. Karolina Kowalkiewicz. That a girl. I originally, on Stupid, I realized on Tapology I picked Felice Herrig, but that was just like a impulse because I didn't update it. But if you watch the live stream, I was big on Kowalkiewicz because I realized their first fight, Kowalkiewicz had 5 takedowns to Felice Herrig's 0. Kowalkiewicz took care of her. Submission round 2 by rear naked choke. Good on Karolina Kowalkiewicz, looked very good. Felice Herrig retires after that, leaving her gloves in the middle of the ring. And I don't know if she's going to be really missed, but now she can focus her energy on her little OnlyFans foot fetish thing, or whatever she wants to do from here on out. Bye, Felice Herrig. You, I guess you'll be missed by some. Damon Jackson against Daniel Argueta. I'll tell you what, I did pick Damon Jackson by decision, but boy, did Daniel Argueta, he had me sweating a little bit. Damon Jackson was not his aggressive self. He was a little bit off, I think. And you got to remember, I was like watching these fights, I was in and out because I had a rough night the night before, if you guys watched the 5-hour live stream. And finally, I picked Poliana Botelho. She lost by submission to Karine Silva. That one, the entire week I was on the fence on that. I didn't know which way to go. I was talking, Karine Silva's got massive biceps, but Botelho had the better resume, better experience, better fighters. But and I ultimately did pick Poliana Botelho, but she lost that. Karine Silva got the submission. Then Movsar Evloev got the decision over Dan Ige. Picked that correct, propped it, paid out. And finally, I took Alexander Volkov, I picked him to win by a decision. I didn't think he was going to take care of Rosenstruck TKO round 1, but he did. And weird thing, Tapology, I have Rosenstruck TKO round 4 or something. I don't know why I would even. I never was on that side. Maybe I was for a hot second, but the live stream are my final picks, and that's what I definitely went with on here with my bets. Let me turn that down a little bit. But so overall I went 11 wins, 3 losses. Not bad, not a bad night for me there. And I'll tell you what, the Cage Titans, the northeastern Massachusetts regional scene was awesome. Every single fight I watched, I went a little bit late because I didn't care really. Like there was some prelim amateurs that I missed them, but I didn't really, I came to see certain people. And but when I did show up, there was a total of 16 fights on this card. I missed 3. I got there, I watched 13. Of the 13 I watched, only one went to decision. Phenomenal. Great show. I'm now a fan of the Cage Titans regional promotion. Only one of those went to decision, and you know who I saw there? Joe Lozon was cornering, I would say, probably 6 guys, because he's out of where are they out of Boston. So, and this took place in Plymouth, Massachusetts, Plymouth Rock, But so there's a lot of Joe Lozon fighters there. You know who else was cornering? Another UFC pro I saw there that was cornering people. Eric Anders. Eric Anders was cornering a guy, and that guy happened to win like the 155-pound amateur belt for amateurs. But then the pros, My boy Don Shanis put a stomping on, who was it? He fought this guy that used to be in the UFC at one time from France. His last name's Picard. I forgot his first name. He got wobbled a little bit early, but he got wobbled twice actually. I was like, oh boy, man, I don't know. But he got wobbled again. But then he came back with an uppercut, put Picard, put him down on the mat, took advantage, jumped onto him, got in the half guard, managed to swing his leg over eventually after rolling around a little bit, get full mount, and that's when the hammers came down, knocking him out. TKO, round one. It was phenomenal. The whole place was going crazy because he's a local home favorite. It's a big, it was so much fun. It's a good time. I'm looking forward to going again sometime in the future. It is a long drive for me though, and it's, you know, kind of, yeah. But I'll definitely be going again to see Cage Titans in my future. So anyway, let's get into this UFC 275 early prelims according to the order that is on Tapology. These might, I mean, I don't think it's going to change. This is a pay-per-view event, so I think what you got is what it's going to stay at. So the curtain jerker, opening up the card, we have the featherweight female fight between La Pantera, Joselyne Edwards. She is not the only La Pantera. I think, who is it? Isn't Antonina Shevchenko's nickname Pantera also? Anyway, the Panther, La Pantera, is taking on Ramona Pascual out of Hong Kong, I think, or China or Hong Kong. Hong Kong is like an independent of China, but still same thing. Whatever. A lot of Chinese people in Hong Kong, I'll tell you that. It used to be British. It used to be owned, ran by the Brits, but now I think it's independent. So I don't know. But Ramona Pascual is coming in off of her UFC debut, loss to Joselyne Nunes. She's the underdog here at plus 150. Well, might as well. I already started talking about her. Let's go. Continue. Pascual, before that, she was an Invicta fighter. Let me lose my glasses so I can see this. In Invicta, she was destroying people. She has a round one TKO, 1 minute over Shamir Peshua something, I don't know. Before that, she fought in Mexico. Icon. She beat a girl named Guadalupe Guzman. Key lock armbar round one. Interesting. Shows she can get it done on the ground. Then before that, WLF Wulin Fang. WLF Wars, as a Chinese promotion. She beat Yulia Kutsenko TKO in 26 seconds of round one. So Ramona Pascual, she might be a little hidden gem. I know she lost her UFC debut against Joselyne Nunes, but Joselyne Nunes is a little fire plug. She's a little beast. And now she's training. Ramona Pascual is training out of Syndicate MMA over in Vegas. They have a lot of female fighters that come out of there, like Emily Whitmire. I know Emily Whitmire is out of there. Shanna Young just beat Gina Mazzani a month ago. She's out of there. Ji Young Kim, the Korean, out of there. Cynthia Calvillo is out of Syndicate. JoJo Wood, she's the one that their coach John Wood, I think he's been on a little decline after he got married to JoJo Calderwood, made her a Wood, and they're retired now, but still, I bet she's still pretty active. One of my favorites, Roxanne Modafferi, also out of Syndicate MMA. Now her opponent, Joselyne Edwards, the favorite at minus 170, 10-4 as a professional, does have a lot more UFC experience. Is coming off of two back-to-back losses. Most recently, she lost to Jessica Rose Clark, unanimous decision. Prior to that, she lost to Carol Rosa, unanimous decision. But before that, she had her win in her UFC debut against Yanan Wu, another Chinese woman, by unanimous decision. Before that, she was in UWC, which is a Mexican promotion, where she beat Pam Gonzalez TKO 28 seconds of round one. And prior to that, she lost to Sarah Alpar, which is not a good look. And that happened, I think, I don't know if it was Invicta. I know it was definitely a lesser promotion. Maybe it was even, no, I don't know. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't, whatever. Joselyne Edwards will have the age, height, and reach advantage. She's 26. Ramona Pascual is 33. Joselyne Edwards has a 1-inch height advantage and a 4-inch reach advantage. She trains out of Kang's MMA. Kang's MMA has a couple girls too. They have Gabby Garcia out of her weight class. What is she? 155 or something, maybe even bigger, I don't know. But she's fantastic though. Montserrat Ruiz, Conejo. If you want to learn a head and arm takedown, Montserrat Ruiz is good for that. Ariana Lipsky, but she is now no longer there. Now she's married to one of the coaches over at American Top Team, so I don't think she's at King's MMA anymore. Thing with Joselyne Edwards, she's very good at striking, very good at kickboxing. Terrible takedown defense. She's like, I think it's like, don't quote me on this, but I want to say it's like 17% takedown defense. So key to victory would be if Pascual goes for the ground wrestling, goes for wrestling over Joselyne Edwards. I don't know. This is going to be a very interesting fight. I've been back and forth. Let's see what the cappers have to say in this one. So taking the favorite in Joselyne Edwards, we have the MMA Guru. MMA Guru went 14-0. He had a perfect card. Perfect parlay for MMA Guru. Congratulations, Guru. Didn't get one wrong. He even got a lot of props right. I don't know if he's much of a gambler, but yeah, he did get a lot of things right. For every fight he picked right. 14-0. Good on Guru. Then we've got the Stat Diggers. Only Wheezy though. DFS Brady says he's staying away for right now. He's still got to look at it more because Pascual might be a dog spot. So I'm going to write Wheezy. Stat Diggers Wheezy is on the side of Joselyne Edwards, but he also feels uncomfortable, and he's definitely not betting this, not at -170, but Edwards is his pick. Johnny K picks. Johnny K is taking Edwards by decision. I think he'll be able to get it done there. I mean, Pascual has not had really that tough a competition. The only person she's fought that I know of is Joselyne, and it went to decision, but I mean, she's still got something to prove, I would say. Then Johnny K's buddy and mine, Cody from Blood Money Bets. Blood Money. Cody is also on the side of Joselyne Edwards here. Finally, we've got Angelo from We Want Picks. Angelo used to be an agent for a lot of these, manager for a lot of fighters back in the day. And he's best friends with a lot of these fighters. Coincidentally, he's best friends with Glover Teixeira. Because Angelo is a wrestling coach. Like American, you know, Greco-Roman, folk style, whatever you want to call it. Wrestling. And he said he met, his link will be in the description. When he breaks down the Glover Teixeira fight, he says he's very biased, but he explains his background. He's known him for several years, like what do you say? He said he's known for like 2 decades or something. He's known him for a very, very long time. He met Glover Teixeira a lifetime ago. And get your clothes, Nora. Anyway, he is taking Ramona Pascual here. We want picks. Being the contrarian picker here, taking Ramona Pascual because he claims that if she's got good fight IQ. First of all, he says he thinks she can hang with the on the feet with the striking. She thinks she can hang, but when it comes to the ground, remember, Joselyne Edwards, horrible takedown defense, and he thinks Pascual will be able to get her down, control her on the ground, earn a little bit of judge favorite for that control time, be proactive with it, because she does, if you look at a regional scene, She does have submissions. Got the key lock arm bar over in Mexico. She got some. She does work it down there, and you have to now. You can't just blanket cover a person wrestling and expect to get a judge's decision. People have tried it. You know, you're not going to get it. You have to be active on the ground. You have to be going for something. And he thinks that Pascual will be able to do that against Joselyne Edwards and maintain composure on the feet, but bring it down to the ground and get the victory there. And you know what? At plus 150, I think I might do the same. I mean, these are kind of early picks, and they're all subject to change. But right now, I will pick Pascual, Ramona Pascual, to get it done over Joselyne Edwards at plus money. And I think she's going to, just like Angela said, I think she's going to get done by decision. Not very confident with that one. But when in doubt, go with the value. Plus money. Plus 150 on Ramona Pascual. Sounds good to me, guys. Moving up the card. Next we have the strawweight fight between Silvana Gomez Juarez, La Malvada. That stands for the wicked, or that translates to the wicked. Silvana Gomez Juarez taking on Liang. Liang or Liang Na Liang. I don't know which one is how the order of her name. Because I read with Google Tapology, they always list it differently. So who knows? Dragon Girl. That's her nickname. That's what we're gonna call her, Dragon Girl. So let's see. Right now, Liang is a plus 130. This should be lined a lot closer, guys, and I think throughout the week it may be getting a lot closer. So I'm not saying, but if you are on the Liang side, jump on that right now, plus 130, because I've already seen it go down a little bit. It was at plus 140 in the beginning. Now it's going down. Juarez opened up at minus 165. Now it's at minus 150. These lines are straight off of Bet Online before I started filming this. So go ahead, and if you're on the Liang side, get it now before it moves, which I predict it will. Let's talk about the favorite in La Malvada, the wicked, Silvana Gomez Juarez. She comes in with a record of 10-4. She is, get this, 37, nearing 40, 37 years old. Liang is 25. Unreal, unreal. Straw weight, 115 pounds. Okay, so Silvana Gomez Juarez is coming off a loss to Vanessa Demopoulos, armbar, round 1. Before that, she lost to Lupita Godinez in her UFC debut. You know how? Armbar, round 1, again. Before that, she was in UWC, Mexican regional scene, where she beat someone named Gilsley Pereira. Strikes, round 2. Before that, Lux Fight League, she beat Diana Reyes. Strikes, round 2. Before that, Combate, she had a unanimous decision win over Soraya Orozco. That's all these Mexican regional scenes. She is an Argentinian. When she's at home in Argentina, her gym is the Rogo team, but if not, she's in Mexico at the Entram gym, which is a very good facility. She has notable losses that you'll know these names. She lost to Ariana Lipsky in 2018, Queen of Violence beat her. Unanimous decision, I do believe it was. Juliana Botelho, who just lost last week to Karine Silva, also beat her. That was 2015. She does have one win that was notable, kind of, but it was against Vanessa Milo back in 2014. That was ages ago, though. That's like 8 years ago.
That's when I was born.
That is when you were born. 2014, Vanessa Milo. And Vanessa Milo her name is known. She's a UFC fighter, but I think she's on a losing skid, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. Let's talk about her opponent in Liang Na, Dragon Girl. 19-5 overall. But you gotta remember, this is the Chinese regional scene, which is not that good, guys. Not that good. Her UFC debut was a loss to Ariana Carnelossi. Carnellossi's got the jacked shoulders and arms. She's very muscular. She got ground and pounded round 2, but Liang was successful with a little bit of takedowns early on in that fight, if I remember correctly. Before that, she was in the WLF Wars, Wu Fang, I think it is, where she beat Mengan Louis, armbar, round 1. How did Juarez lose her last 2 fights? By armbar in round 1. I'm just saying. Before that, Zhao Kan Feng, armbar, round 1. Before that, Asia Klativova, TKO, round 1. All her wins, all 19 of her wins, inside the distance. I think 17 of them, round 1. The other 2 in round 2. So this girl does not, look at the under, the total set at 1.5 rounds. Over that's minus 150, but under that's plus 120. That, you know why it's so close? And this is a women's strawweight fight. But these girls do not go to decision. Na Liang's been to decision 1 time, and she lost. And that was against Lilia Shakarova. Shakarova is known throughout the MMA world. She does have other notable losses. She lost to Juliana Velasquez. I think Juliana Velasquez might be like a Bellator champ or something right now. So that's not a bad loss to have. She did lose by armbar. She lost to Maria Agapova. You know her. She just fought maybe a month ago against Marina Moroz. Moroz beat her. Maria Agapova, though, was a hot prospect and took care of Na Liang by TKO, round 1. So, Na Liang fighting at a Long Yun MMA, obviously in China. Because this is UFC 275 is taking place in Singapore. So you gotta consider it's pretty much they're trying to keep a lot of that region of the world, people out of that region of the world fighting. Silvana Gomez Juarez, she's coming out of Mexico, so she's not that part of the world. But there's a lot of fighters on this card that are regionally closer to Singapore than not, okay? But in this case here, and Na Liang, she's got a 2-inch height advantage and a 4.5-inch reach advantage against Silvana Gomez Juarez. Interesting. Juarez, 37 years old, deficit in height and reach, coming off 2 armbar losses in the pros against Liang, who's younger and bigger, reach and height at plus money. That's why I'm saying if you're on this side, get that plus 130 while it's still, you know, obtainable, because that line will shift. It's already starting to. All right, let's see what the cappers have to say in this fight. We're gonna start this time with Na Liang, the Dragon Girl. We've got We Want Picks. I'm just going with WWP. That's Angelo from We Want Picks. He's the, you know, the manager on the side of Liang. Blood Money, Cody on the side of Na Liang. Johnny K on the side of the underdog, as of right now, Na Liang. Stat Diggers, both of them, Wheezy and DFS, Brady, both saying by submission. Makes sense considering her most recent wins are by submission armbar, which Juarez is subject to, because that's both her back-to-back losses in the UFC are from armbar in round 1. Makes sense, right? And finally, the MMA Guru, also taking the Dragon Girl, Na Liang, to get it done, making this a full capper consensus. What is a full capper consensus, Nora?
It's when all the handicappers pick one side and the right one.
That's right. And in this case, all the handicappers are picking the underdog in Liang. Throw some of those good luck pearls. Danaa, did you throw some good luck pearls? Okay. But anyway, all the handicappers are on the side of Liang here at plus 130. Jump on it while it's hot. Bet's already been placed for me because I know that line's gonna move. It's gonna get real close. I bet you it might even be coin flip odds by the time fight comes. I'm gonna take Liang, and I'm also gonna take her by submission. It's the most sensible way. I mean, I like to prop it as they're making their entrances. That's when I like to do my prop bets. But like I said, I already took Liang on the money line at plus 130, and I threw her in a parlay too, just cause I was, had the app open. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna throw in a parlay too, make that a little juicier. So moving on. Next we have the men's bantamweight fight between Mr. Perfect, Kang, Korean, taking on the Mongolian Storm, Danaa, Danaa. That's another one of that. The surname gets flipped for some reason. I don't know which one is supposed to be first. But Tapology has it listed Batgerel. I guess, and I'm not even saying that right. It's spelt Batgerel phonetically, but it's Danaa. So we're just gonna call him Storm, or we'll call him Danaa, whatever. Danaa is the favorite at minus 150 with a record of 12-3, taking on Kang at plus 125. The age difference is 2 years. Kang is 2 years the senior here at 34. Danaa is 32 years old. Height and reach both go to Kang. He's got 2 inches height advantage and 3 inches of reach advantage. Kang, might as well start talking with him. He trains at the Busan team, Busan team MAD. Interesting enough, I was kind of diving through who's training on that team, and they have all sorts of Korean people on there, which they have very similar sounding names. If you look down, not quite amateur, but they have a female that's blonde hair, blue-eyed American. I think her name is Christina something. I don't know. It's weird. And she has a Team Busan MAD shirt on, like a rash guard shirt, like for no-gi. And I guess MAD stands for monstrous and dangerous. Gotta love that. I want one of those shirts, Dave. Next time we do a t-shirt bet, try to get me a Team Busan MAD shirt. That would be sick. But anyway, I don't think you can. I think I challenge. That's a challenge. I don't think we can get them over here in this side of the world. But anyway, just sorry to go off topic there. Kang, Mr. Perfect, is coming off a loss to Hanayaya by unanimous decision. Prior to that, he was been in the UFC for quite some time. I think he made his UFC debut back in like 2014 maybe. I didn't write it down, but I know it's been a while. He's been in the UFC for a while. Before that, he beat Ping Yuan Louis, split decision, all right? And before that, he beat Brandon Davis, common opponent for both of them, split decision. Before that, he had a rear naked choke. This is still UFC against Toruto Ishihara. Rear naked choke in round 1. He did lose a split decision to Ricardo Ramos. Ricardo Ramos took care of him. But prior to so in his last 5, he's 3-2, all UFC fights. And if you want to include his 6th fight, it was against Guido Canetti, where he got him in a triangle choke, beat him by round 1. So if you want to say his last 6, he is 4-2, all UFC fights. Now let's talk about Danaa Bakary. He had his UFC debut against Heli Alateng, where he lost unanimous decision. After that, he beat Kevin Natividad knockout in 50 seconds of round 1. Very good for Danaa. Before that, or after that, he beat Brandon Davis, TKO round 1. Good on you. That's common opponent. Kang went to split decision with him. Won it, but split decision, really. That means one of the judges picked Davis. Danaa did not let it go to decision, took care of him round 1 TKO. Consider that, think about it. And most recently, he lost to Chris Gutierrez by I think a spinning back fist to elbows in round 2. Not a good look there, but still not bad. He is 3-2 in his last 5. He's when he's at home in Mongolia, he fights out of the One Team Fighting organization, and I can't even pronounce the people on that team. Their names are like have so many connecting consonants. It's just weird. How do you even say that stuff? I don't even know. But when he's stateside, he trains out of Jackson Wink down in Albuquerque, New Mexico, with John Winklehorn and Greg Jackson, I think it is, maybe. But anyway, you guys all know about Jackson Wink. Danaa Batgerel here is the favorite, so we're going to start with him and see what these cappers have to say. Taking Danaa, we've got Johnny K. Johnny K thinks Danaa should win by knockout. Round 2. Good on you, Johnny K. I like it. Then jumping over to Kang, we've got Angelo from We Want Picks. I keep saying it like that because that's how Glover Teixeira, in the beginning of, if you watch We Want Picks, check them out, man. All these links will be in the description. Angelo has all these pros in the beginning, like Robbie Lawler, Glover Teixeira, Alexia Lonik, Immortal Matt Brown, Pedro Munoz. But I remember the Glover Teixeira, you're watching We Want Picks. I love it. I love it. Anyway, he's on the side of Kang. Then jump back over here. We've got the MMA guru. He's saying Danaa Batgerel by knockout in the first round, round 1. You guys realize Kang hasn't been knocked out since 2008. In his 9 losses, he's been finished once, and that was in 2008. And that was by a soccer kick. In Asia, you can kick the guy while he's down on his knee, and that's what happened. A soccer kick is a kick to the dude's head when he's already down. When he's already down, that's legal over in some of those like WLF wars and all that. The Asian scene, you can do so Kang, you gotta come on, guys. Really, you think that Danaa Batgerel is gonna knock him out? He's durable as all hell, man. I don't know about that. Then we've got Blood Money Cody on the side of Kang. He didn't really say the method, but he is taking Kang there. And finally, we've got the Stat Diggers, Wheezy, DFS, Brady for the tiebreaker, and they're both in agreement, and they're both on the side of plus money, Mr. Perfect Underdog in Kang. And they're the ones that convinced. I was considering Danaa because I didn't realize that Kang was so durable. I was like, he's got 9 losses. He probably got knocked out probably 5 of them. But then after watching Stat Diggers, I realized, no, he's only been knocked out 1 time, and that was 2008, and that was by a soccer kick. So I don't know if Danaa Batgerel, the Mongolian Storm, is going to be able to do it. So I'm going to take the side of Kang. He's definitely got the experience edge here. He's been in the UFC for ages longer than Danaa Batgerel. Danaa Batgerel, he made his UFC debut. It's 4 fights ago against Healy Alateng where he lost, and that was not that. It wasn't that. I want to say it was maybe 2019. I think it might even been after that. It might have been like 2020. I don't know. And before that, he was in like Mongolian FC, Mongol FC or something, which like the Mongolian regional scene. He does have some fights over, I think, in WLF wars, the Chinese regional, but that stuff is kind of weak, man. For real, I'm not put shade on that. But I was saying, you look at the fighters, you barely see them break through into the UFC, which everybody realizes is the ultimate goal for every regional scene fighter. But I'm on the side of Kang here, and I think he's going to get it done by decision. I don't think Danaa Bakari is going to be able to take care of him. The over 2.5 rounds is minus 125, so even the books are leaning toward it going the distance here. So there you have that. To recap. Very good. Time check. And I'm on point. 10 minutes for the recap, 10 minutes for every fight. That's pretty much how I try to keep it. So we're at 40 minutes right now. So to recap, I have, oh, are you kidding me? I'm taking all, oh, I can't wait to see what this pays out. I'm taking all plus money underdogs. So I've got Ramona Pascual against the Capper majority in Joselyne Edwards. I think she's going to be able to be smart enough to use her ground game against that 17% takedown defense and get her on the ground, work some for armbar, work for some sort of submission, work for maybe a key lock. I don't know. I think she's going to work, and if it does stay on the feet, I think she's going to be the bigger girl here. Actually not taller, but she is. Joselyne Edwards is coming up from 135 bantamweight. Pascual is a natural featherweight. Walks around over 145. She's probably got a suck weight to come down to this. I know her resume of fighters is not as good as Joselyne Edwards, but I mean, look at her wins. She lost to Sarah Alpar. That's not good. Out of her wins, she's only got Yanan Wu. That was it in her UFC debut. The other people, that was a Mexican regional scene, so I don't even know any of those names. And you know, the names that I do know are losses. So, what's that tell you? Ramona Pascual, also nobody I know, but I think plus money, and I'm fading Edwards because she does have weak, terrible takedown defense. So I'm going to go Ramona Pascual to use her brain, have a smart game plan to go in there and take her down and get the job done.
9-9.
By decision. Is it 7:30 already?
Nope.
Okay.
I just want to sleep.
All right. And then I'm going with Liang with the full capper consensus. Makes sense. Now this girl, it's gonna go for a takedown. Juarez is not that good at defending takedowns either. And as you see, her last 2 fights, she lost by armbar in round 1. Lupi Godinez took her down 5 times in 4 minutes. 5 times in 4 minutes, Lupi took her down. Now Liang had a good, I know she lost to Ariana Carnelosi in round 2. But she did take her down in round 1. And you know what the thing is? Na Liang is as I mentioned, she's only been decision once. She gasses bad because she puts it all out there in round 1 trying to go for the wrestling and submissions. And that takes a lot of energy, and she does not know how to balance her energy. So from what I heard, all her 5 losses are all due to gassing out. But do you think Silvana Gomez Juarez can hang in get past round 1 and keep it striking? I don't think so. I think Liang is going to go for like a double leg, just drive through, take her down, mount her, maybe go for armbar, maybe go for ground and pound, something. That's how her, I think her knockouts are via, I don't think they're standard, maybe. I didn't really look at it that much, but they're against WLF people, so who knows. But I got Na Liang plus money with the full capper consensus. You cannot, how you gonna go against that at plus money? So finally, and I got her winning by submission. And finally, finish this show off, I have the last underdog on this card, Kyung Kang, Mr. Perfect, to get it done against Danaa Bakari by decision. Because he is very durable, he's fought much more, a much better quality of wins. Danaa's only fought 4 UFC fighters, where Kang is, you know, he's been in the UFC quite a while longer, and he's well rounded. Batgerel does have, I guess, knockout potential from here, but I don't think he's gonna do it. Like I said, Kang's only got knocked out one time in 2008 by a soccer kick over in Asia. So maybe Danaa, but nah, I'm gonna stick with Kang for those reasons. So there you have it. Gather the info, place those bets, and cash those tickets. I really appreciate you guys watching. Give me that thumbs up. Fill the comments with who you think is going to win these 3 fights. And tune in tomorrow where I move along and give you some more prelim capper comparison picks. Good luck on your bets, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.